Hey, if we haven't met, hi, I'm Hong. Welcome to my channel. Yesterday was the 14th anniversary of my Kundalini awakening, and I had hoped that I would be in a better, this year at least, this 14th cycle around, I would be in a better position to share something more positive, but I ended up just spending the whole day with myself and just the best I can explain is I was in a bit of a funk because even 14 years are long. Actually, last year I felt like I'd made some progress in terms of integrating Kundalini Shakti so that it wouldn't be so painful and wouldn't be such a disruption to my life. And I was really, really excited to be able to share about that and sort of move on from there. And to be honest, I think if I were to zoom out and look at it from a broader perspective, there has been a lot of improvement. It's just that I've just come I've just come out of like a 3, 4 week period of just intense head pressure and pain that I just half of me thinks that it shouldn't even be there. Like you should be done and dissolved by now. The other half felt like this is really interesting. This energy feels very different. I wonder what it is. But just it just got really exhausting and I can't really share about it authentically when I'm in that state. And so I just decided to just surrender into it and let it be and not really make it mean anything. Or I had this whole conversation script that I was gonna do and share with my community over in on Instagram and all of that, but I just couldn't do it. I was just so exhausted from the energy. So it's about time I start up my YouTube channel again. So it's been dormant for a while, but I wanted to, the more I think about it and not do it, the more it doesn't happen. So I just thought, okay, today I'm just going to hop on and I'm just going to free flow. However it turns out is however it turns out, and we'll go from there because planning things kind of doesn't work sometimes. Doesn't work sometimes. So it's been 14 years. Um, it's been an interesting journey because for me, the first half of it was just pure bliss. It really was pure bliss. And it was probably around the year 4 or 5 mark that resistance started to get in on so many levels in my life and that resistance caused a lot of problems thereafter that I tried a lot of things to to move through it. To cut a long story short, so what I eventually realized was that because my full-blown Kundalini awakening happened in a state of surrender, it happened when I was naturally in a state of surrender. I actually didn't realize that that state of surrender is what was needed to have that continue to let Kundalini Shakti do the thing that she does. And everything will sort itself out. I sort of fell out of the state of surrender, so to speak, tried to get back, but kept missing the mark because I wasn't really surrender. Because if you understand, trying is the opposite energy to surrender. And so here I am trying to get back into alignment, but just not, it just wasn't happening. So, and I realized that probably after being at it for a while, from last year things sort of got a lot better. Um, but it does come and go. And I think to be fair, I'm just in a, when you're in it, for those of you who experience this, for those of you who experience this, know exactly what I mean. When you're in it, you're in it. It is just the only thing that is top of mind. It's just, it's hard to think straight. Maybe it's because, to be fair, maybe because I've just been in it and that's just clouding my judgment and everything. But if I do think back over my journey, particularly the last couple of years, there have, especially 2025, there's been significant shifts in the better direction, in the direction of dissolving the resistance that is causing all the pain and the problems. And of course, that sometimes takes a bit of time because resistance is a result of certain emotions that we carry. So these resistances in the body create problems as Kundalini Shakti is moving through. And so um, being able to dismantle. So it takes time to resolve that. So the point of this channel is I do want to begin to share a lot of the stuff that I've learned along my journey. Much of it has helped me in the last couple of years to resolve this pain because I can tell you I've experienced it all. I've been at the height of this pain. I'm getting goosebumps right now as confirmation here. But it has been quite intense. So where I am now really isn't that bad, as bad as it has been. So I wanted to be able to share with people what I've learnt um, that has really helped me, and just to give you a preview of what that is, probably for me, one of the biggest aha moments in this journey because I'm a mindset coach and I do have a background in natural therapies. I had for the longest time I've been focused way too much on the mindset work. But what I came to understand is that the body, the biological level, the biology level trumps the mind by far. And even more so when it comes to Kundalini, the Kundalini process. So making that switch was a big thing, but that probably had the biggest, that and surrender, learning to surrender. But surrender alone didn't quite get there. It was, I rediscovered surrender first and then making changes at the biological level, was the second aspect of it. And then once once I got that to a certain level, that's when I brought back some of the other stuff I was doing, which is the emotional clearing and the mindset stuff. And so that is the order in which everything sort of shifted more powerfully. Okay. So that's what I want to begin to share with people on this channel. I also just want a place for me to speak my truth. As you know, the world is just completely crazy at the moment. In a way, it makes sense. If you actually understand what's going on, it makes a lot of sense. But at the same time, it completely doesn't make any sense. So I want to I want a place where I can just speak my truth, because I think that was part of what was causing a lot of the head pressure and the tension and the pain, because there is so much that I can share and want to share, but haven't been. So I want to be able to do that. I don't really know. Like, the more I think about it, the more I sort of don't just take action, because I'm just overthinking it. So I really don't know where the what direction I want to take. But there are a lot of directions. Last year, I also discovered the carnivore diet and want to share with you why that is so important and why that is so crucial in stabilizing Kundalini Shakti, and how that has actually really enhanced my spiritual growth. So I want to get into diet as well. I want to get into the trauma grid, but not about the trauma grid as such, because I want to go to the other side. I want to speak to her insofar as to paint for you that we've been living inside the trauma grid, and as long as you are inside the trauma grid, you're always going to see everything from that lens, and it's really time, and it's not hard if you get that you have to get outside the trauma grid and then look at everything, and you will see a completely different perspective, because right now everything is done from within the trauma grid. I realized that a lot of the inner work that I was doing, it was all done from inside the trauma grid. And when you actually step out of it, everything just shifts differently and lands differently. And that's what we have to do for those people who are interested in remembering who they really are and in returning to your multidimensional self, in being ready for contact. And being ready for contact, people, involves being biologically ready for contact. Is something I don't think a lot of people actually get. It's not a mental thing at all. Things are happening really fast. You know, this window, this period of time, 2030 and then 2040, it's a really it's going to be an interesting time. Now, how we navigate this, how we're going to, yeah, navigate the craziness of what is going on in the world, and what we make of it, what we do with it, is dependent on how structurally ready are we, how coherent, how well is your nervous system stabilized, all of that. And that's really exciting. So I didn't have any plans for this video. I just wanted to come on and just speak. So I hope that made sense to people. If it didn't, oh well. But anyway, that's all for now. See you next time.